My name's Fitzpatrick. I'm the owner of Mile Square Builders, and we built the project at Brighton Green in Brooklyn. We GC'd the project. The system works. There was a shell of a building, a steel structure built first, and then we put the outer skin on the building with the panels. The panels are approximately 40 feet by 5 feet by 6 inches thick, and mainly moved into place with about 4 people. It's the system is different in the way that minimum amount of people can put it together, and as you put each panel down, it's a finished. It's your exterior, your installation, and your interior all finished at one move. The metal panels, as they came on about 4 different deliveries. The flatbed truck, we could only take 1 delivery at a time because of a place to store the panels. So as a delivery would come, we would remove the panels straight from the truck and install them in place. It takes approximately 3 to 4 days to get rid of 1 truckload of panels. The windows are very high efficiency triple glazed window, and as we put the panels in, we cut the openings in the panels and installed the windows and put flashing around the windows to waterproof them. The windows allow pretty much no outside heat to penetrate the building, no inside air conditioning or heat to exit the building, and very good in noise efficiency. You can't really hear too much through them. They're very, very high quality window. There is no cold day cold enough to make you feel cold in this house with the insulation. It's just unbelievable insulation value. The interior framing basically was just inch and 5/8 stud on the perimeter to hold the electrical, plumbing, and air conditioning mechanical systems for the building, and the interior framing was a 3 and 5/8 stud partition walls between the apartments for noise and acoustics, and the floors are insulated from one floor to another with we call a floating floor with insulation and plywoods. Yeah, it's like when you go into them apartments, you can't hear nothing, and you can't. It's like if you ever get into an old Volkswagen car and close the door, your ears almost pop. Anybody living in Brighton Green are going to have very small utility bills, if anything, because the building can pretty much run without the aid of hookups from any utility. It's got its own power system. Very small amount of energy would heat and cool the building, which will be good for the tenants of the building, and good for future people thinking the building bill is like this. They can run very, very cost effectively. Well, this project was multiple apartments and 5.5, 6 stories high. I'd love to do an individual single family home with it. I think it would be a lot easier, but definitely with the price of energy and oil and one thing and another, it's the way to go. It was an exciting project to be on from the get-go. It was an empty lot with the remains of an old foundation, which we removed by hand and cleaned up the lot, took out some contaminated soil, and all was done by hand. And it was a difficult project because we couldn't get equipment in there to do it. But I think, as you see now, it's been a very, very successful project, and it looks like a really nice building. It goes to show that it is possible to build a building that can run pretty much off the grid if people want to do it. Yes, it's more expensive to do this kind of construction. Did it take a little longer than we thought? Yes. But every day was a learning curve. We had to come up with different ways to do different things, and if we had another project to do like it, I'm sure we could cut the time in half. I would love to be able to afford to live in a building like that. Yeah, that'd be great. Instead of paying $600 a month for oil, it'd be nice to live in a building like that. The project was an interesting project. Working with Robert and his team was very interesting. A lot of the products that we used in the building were new to us, as they were new to him as well. And every day was a new learning curve. We had to figure out ways to get things up to the roof and without the aid of a crane. And we got it done. We pretty much built the shell of the building. We dressed the building in about 15 days. The rear and the two side walls. So I think in all 1 month put the whole shell of the building up, installed the windows, and had a roof on it, which in normal construction that wouldn't be possible. And we saved on scaffold, we saved on labour, and yes, if we were doing the same thing again, we would even save more on it.